Hi there. In this presentation, we are going to go over the activity board number 2 semester overview. Primary accomplishment was our delivery, but we'll also talk about the steps that we did to get to that point. So I'm the team lead, Chris Montgomery. My team members are Gage McCollum Jr., Kendall Yetter Sr., Rodolfo Coronado Jr., and then Cody Barnes, a sophomore. So our project, which you guys have heard of before, is of course the activity boards. This is actually board number 2. Board number 1 was delivered about a year ago. So the activity board project, the whole premise of it is to create these different various boards that'll be stored outside, so they have to be weather resistant. And on these boards there are interactive add-ons, what we call them, that these students at the Little Lighthouse can interact with to engage their sense of touch, sight, sound, anything to just get their cognitive abilities working. Also giving them just another fun way to have fun out there while they're doing recess or whatever that may be. Like I mentioned, this is the second board, and then board 3, after we've delivered, they've begun the brainstorming process, trying to figure out what that's going to look like. And then hopefully after board 3 delivers, we'll get the 4th and final board to them. So I've already kind of touched on this, but the purpose of the boards is to give the students there something to interact with. Like I said, kind of tactile, work on their tactile motions, things like that. So the idea behind it all is this will help them to develop motor skills to assist them with their day-to-day life. So for example, on the first board, one of the add-ons was a make-it-yourself treasure map, where you wrap paracord around individual knobs until you get to the end. So you might think of that as like, oh, just that's a fun little thing that they could do. But if you think about it, that can kind of be tied into them learning how to tie their own shoes or just doing real meticulous little hands-on things. Some of these boards also feature some like cause and effect things, such as the ball drop, for example. You put the ball on the top, and then gravity brings it down to the bottom. So just little things to get them thinking and kind of realizing like everyday things through play. So these boards, we've also customized them to suit various needs at the Lighthouse. So they don't just work with a signature disability type or anything. There are kids in wheelchairs, there are kids with physical disabilities, cognitive disabilities, and our boards seek to kind of provide something for each and every one of those kids. A great example of this is our latest boards on the desert side. There are 4 individual boards that the therapist can take off and actually hand to a student in a wheelchair, because those students don't actually have the ability to access the board. Their wheelchair gets in the way of them going up to it, interacting with it. So this just gives them another way to interact with their peers, while also, again, using these activity boards to build cognitive and tactile skills.
Here we have our Arctic board. It includes several different things for the kids to play with. First, they have the penguin that can go up and down this glacier. Then they have these fun little spinners with glitter inside. They just spin around and they have fun with those. And then also we have the snowman with the spinner down low that pops up a penguin up top. And then we have a face that can be used with an expo marker and draw a face for the snowman.
Hello, this is the jungle board side. On the top left of the board, you can see a spinning flower. That flower has BBs in it for noise activation. Right below that flower, you can see an acrylic plate. If you spin that metal handle next to it, it'll reveal a different animal. On the top right of the board, there is the hole where you can put a ball in, and that ball will exit at the bottom left of the board there. In the middle, you can see a wooden frog, and this frog, if you strike it with the wooden dowel, it produces a sound similar to a frog. And there's also bamboo rods that can also be played. All of the flowers on the board are textured as well, and the tree trunk is also textured.
Here we have the desert side to our board. As you can see, this includes the 4 individual boards that can be taken off to be set on the ground, set on a child's lap, wherever need be. It was specifically designed for kids in wheelchairs, so they could use the boards as well. This has several different objects that they can move around, including the pyramids, and the camel up and down the hill, the moon and the sun spin, and there's also beads included in all these for noise activation. And then we also added the reflective tape just to give a fun mirror look so the children can see themselves in a reflection. This semester started out by finishing up some final details on our board. This included fixing the pinch point situation at the edges. We had to cover those up with material. That took some brainstorming, but we got it figured out. Then we also had to just fix some sharp edges and other small details we had as a group. And then we accomplished our ultimate goal, which was to deliver our board to the Little Lighthouse. Next few slides are just going to show some images that were taken at our successful delivery of the Little Lighthouse on April 16th, which was the Friday before spring break. Here's an image of our team with our board before we located it to the location a therapist wanted to take it. When designing our board, we designed it so that it could be easily broken down and transported to different locations. And as you can see, this is why, because the door frame is smaller than the width of our board assembled, so we had to break it down and get it through the door frame.
Next, you can see some images that the therapist sent us. Here you can see the children playing with the Arctic board, the spinners specifically. Here you can see them playing with one of the detachable boards from the desert side. Again, one of the benefits of this is that it could be used for a student in a wheelchair. Here you can see students playing on the jungle board side. They're playing with the bright flower there and the ball from the ball drop. Again, this semester, primarily final touches were done to the board. In conclusion, the board is weather resistant, it has several different add-ons, it's safe and modular. One big thing that we added to the board this semester was the vinyl pinch guards where the hinges are located. These require some disassembly to fully take the board apart, but they do make the board a lot safer for the kids, and we thought that that was a worthwhile trade-off. As you can see from the pictures shown in the previous slides, the kids seem to really enjoy it. And we really enjoyed working on this project as well. Thank you guys.